Uncle. Thank you once again for catching the hashtag replay. I was thirsty, y'all. I am going to be before y'all very long. As you know, y'all, by the title, this is the Cyborg Redeemer. It's my book. I wrote it, and I'm going to be reading, an excerpt from my book. It's chapter 30. Yes. I will be. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. It is chapter 30. So without further delay, y'all, this is chapter 30 of the Cyborg Redeemer. Naomi's eyes flickered as she slowly started to wake up from her dream. Before her mind could fully catch up, she saw a giant pulsing in front of her. She flung her head up nervously, looking around the room, realizing that the giant number 4 was nowhere to be found. She tossed her head back on the pillow, trying to control her breathing. Once she settled down, she made her way to the kitchen, which was already preparing her orange juice. She sat up at the bar, downing a full glass in one gulp. The glass instantly refilled and she downed it again. The cycle almost repeated for a third time until Naomi heard footsteps. Good afternoon, Mama. Ruth's voice sang through the kitchen. She was still in a good mood from what happened last night with Boaz. Wait, what? Naomi blinked, confused at Ruth's words. Good afternoon? Ruth hesitated. You do know it's afternoon. Naomi twisted her hover seat, staring at the clock in disbelief. She couldn't believe she had slept the whole morning away. I'm sorry, Ruth. I can't believe I slept my morning away. This ain't like me. Yeah, it isn't, Ruth agreed. Ever since I met you and your family, you've always been an early riser. She tapped the counter and a glass of water appeared. I went to check on you, but you were sound asleep. I didn't want to disturb you, so I let you rest. Ruth downed her water in one gulp. Naomi smeared her hands across her face, trying to process what Ruth said. She hadn't slept that long since before she met Eli. Back then, she enjoyed being up in the morning, especially when she had a family to wake up with and care for. Now she was sleeping half the day away. She knew this was all tied to her obedience or disobedience and not telling Ruth. Rock was serious, and she just didn't realize how serious he was about doing the will of Yah. Thank you for letting me sleep in. I appreciate it. Naomi focused her gaze on Ruth. Wait, why are you here? Don't you have work? Ruth laughed. Yes, I still got work. Boaz asked me to come in during the evening, and I agreed. I'm about to head out soon. I just didn't want to miss you before I left. Naomi's heart melted. She loved that Ruth always cared for her and put her first. She knew she needed to return the favor before there was no more Naomi left. Thank you, my child. Now go on. You didn't want to be late. Ruth leaned in for a hug before she uploaded out there. Bye, love you. Love you too. Naomi rested her head against the counter, wishing all this could just be over. What am I going to do? She whispered to herself. I am currently reading The Cyborg Redeemer. It is a book that I wrote. I'm currently reading The Cyborg Redeemer, a book that I wrote. If you want to, you can pre-order it. The link is in the description box. So yes, where was I? Oh yes. Naomi rested her head against the counter, wishing all of this could just be over. What am I going to do? She whispered to herself. I have some suggestions, I said audibly to her spirit. Ruach, not now. Haha, okay, I chuckled. She knew I was going to be right, and she didn't feel like being wrong, even though she was feeling the weight of not doing Yah's will. I still had hope she'd get it done. While Naomi wrestled with her battles, Ruth was already preparing for what had to come. Hi, for those of y'all. How y'all doing? Hi, for those of y'all that are wondering, I am reading The Cyborg Redeemer. Make sure you like the video, like the video, like the video, like the video, and subscribe. I'm reading The Cyborg Redeemer. It's a book that I wrote, be out February 21st, but you can pre-order it in the description below. And when you do, it comes with a webtoon series based off of this book and a coloring book based off of this. So you get something. Can I play Roblox? My nephew does that. I just buy him the Roblox books and keep it pushing. Anyway, y'all. I'm going to read a little bit more and then I'm going to discuss. Actually, I'm going to discuss this now, y'all. The reason why I wrote this book is because One of my mottos is that I help viewers and readers escape into hope. And this is one of the many ways I help people escape into hope. Is for is writing the Cyborg Redeemer, is writing books, y'all. I believe that when you write, there should always be a goal. And a lot of people want to provide escapism, but I'm like, escapism into where? Where are you trying to escape to? Do you have any, like, do you have a world? Do you have a place for them to go? My place is hope. So this is why I wrote this book, because I wanted y'all to escape into hope. I want you that when you read this book, you feel like, oh my gosh, there's hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. But I'm going to keep reading a little bit more. So it said, Ruth downloaded in front of the threshing floor like always. She walked straight in, waving to the patrons and workers, then made her way to Boaz's office where he was waiting by the door. Ruth, how are you? He hugged her, engulfing her in his arms. She mindlessly hugged him back, enjoying every second. I'm doing fine. She lifted her head as Boaz towered over her. How about you? Good. He grabbed her hand, leading her back to the lounge. I wanted you to experience the threshing floor at night, but before that, you need to experience the barley harvest first. Come on. He whispered hallelujah into his praise, and they suddenly downloaded into the middle of the barley harvest. Ruth jumped into Boaz's chest on instinct, knowing how much hustle and bustle the harvest usually comes with. But this time, it was different. She pulled away, looking around at how mellow the crowd seemed. Large, yes, but more relaxed than the rush of the morning. Ruth, Boaz said, welcome to the barley harvest after dark. As if his words were a trigger, the harvest lit up with dim lights floating in the air, creating a glowing path to follow. Boaz took Ruth's hand and they started walking slowly. She looked in every direction, amazed at how the crowd's elegance matched the ambiance. The entire still carried the boldness of the daytime, but now mixed with a black tie flare, making Ruth smile from ear to ear. Boaz led her to a small vendor. The smell drifted into her rose nose and down to her taste buds, dancing to the beat of the night's music. Oh my, Ruth said. What's that exciting smell? Those are the roses. Boaz motioned towards the glowing flowers. Ruth focused as each one lit up brightly. She struggled to find the words. She remembered Milan talking about these flowers, but she never seen them up close. I remember hearing about these from Milan. What are they again? These are gloses. Glow roses, Boaz explained. They're uniquely grown in Neo Eden and only bloom at night. Ruth's face lit up like the flowers themselves. How may I help you? A gentleman in all black asked, lifting his head from his screen. Yes, Boaz said. I'll take two, black and purple. Yes, sir, coming right up. The man swiped across the screen and two gloses materialized into Ruth's and Boaz's hands. Ping! Boaz tapped his praise sending payment. Ruth clutched his arm as they walked away, inhaling the sweet inhaling the sweet glows. Thank you, she squeezed his hand. I've always wanted one. The glows' scent felt familiar, yet unlike anything she's ever smelled. Ruth, you know what you're supposed to do with the glows, Boaz smiled. No, she admitted. Crunch. Boaz bit into the rose, savoring it. Ruth's eyes widened, then she tried a bite. Her face lit up as she realized it tastes like butter pecan ice cream. There's a reason why I said, side note, there's a reason why I said butter pecan ice cream. If you know the reason, put it in the comments why I said it tastes like butter pecan ice cream. Without thinking, she inhaled the rest of it in one breath. Boaz gave her a disturbing look. Uh, is something wrong? She asked. No, he stammered. I just never seen someone eat like that. Like you didn't even have to bite. Ruth held her composure, the same way Boaz held her hand carefully. She had forgotten until moments like this she ate different from most people. Milan had been first to point out, asking why she inhaled her food instead of chewing. She always blamed her father since that's how he ate, and his body showed it. Sometimes she forgot to turn off the Moabilis princess mode that let her costume different, that let her consume differently. Yes, it was so good I couldn't just take one bite, Ruth smiled, avoiding the details of her life as a princess. I, I can tell. Boaz finished with his gloves. They continued strolling, admiring vendors and spectators. This atmosphere feels so different after dark, Ruth said. Yeah, it is. That's why I only do the barley harvest after dark. And y'all, that was an excerpt of chapter 30 of my book, The Cyborg Redeemer. You can click, if you should, click the link in the description box and pre-order. It comes out this month on the 21st. This month on the 21st. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Trust, I will be going live every single day, even past the 21st, reading something out of this book. Why? Because I want to share this hope with every single person that has ever watched me, and that is subscribed, and that is liking, and that is viewing, y'all. So thank you so much for watching me read this book. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, come back. Your favorite uncle loves you always, and yeah, there's nothing you could do about that. Nothing. Make sure to click the link in the description box and pre-order. Talk to you soon. Bye.